So hello, it's me, Carlos, the running jackal. Just about to start running again, trying to stay in zone 3. I'm not sure what zone 3 is like for you, but this is exactly what zone 3 is like for me. Just quite energetic, but not very energetic running. More than just jogging, even though I call it jogging. I'm pretty much of the opinion that once you stop competing, you need to define what you're doing in much less strict terms. Basically, I'm going to be jogging the rest of my life. That's basically what it boils down to. I'm not training for a distance. I'm not training for speed. I'm not trying to PR. I'm not just enjoying my active jogging life. Jogging and hiking. I guess I have rounded running down into jogging because I'm including a lot of that power stuff that I do on Mount Douglas. If I'm not going to be running, I might as well be hiking uphill. I will relate a little incident to you a little bit later on that occurred to me this morning while checking my Facebook feed. But I'm coming up on a noisy highway that I have to cross. So I'll wait until I'm back in zone 3 and back in the quiet on the other side of the highway. So we're back. I posted a picture from a friend of mine who happens to post on one of the sites that I manage, a photography site. And along with this rather nice photograph was quite a long bio of said person explaining how they had been sober for so many years. And I figured that if it was on their Facebook feed, visible to all their friends, let me just walk this one a little bit. I figured it's in the public domain. I will share it in a forum on the same public domain. But I forgot that not everybody is as open about their lives as I am. But anyway, I rectified it. But ever since this morning, when I've checked my feed, almost all of the material from my friends, most noticeably photographs. This is all my friends. Photographs that were posted last night or this morning. I can't see them anymore. They have some kind of weird icon explaining that there might be people or animals or nature in this photograph. Now, probably what happened was that I was flagged by the person in question, and Facebook decided to ground me for another day. This is about the third or fourth time that I have been grounded by Facebook, which is no big deal really, but let me talk a little more at walking pace here, because this is probably the biggest lesson that I learned today, partly from my friend's text, was that he said that he had switched his alcohol addiction for photography. And I think I am an addictive person, and something as potentially addictive as Facebook could be problematic for me. Hello. Hi, dogs. The thing is that the algorithms they use now to feed your addiction are based on gambling algorithms. Algorithms that have been tried and tested to create addictive behavior in addictive people. And I think that I am one of those addictive people. I have tried pruning my friends list so I don't get quite as many hits of dopamine as I used to get. But what I've noticed by cutting out 30 plus acquaintances is that the remaining 250 or so are getting almost everything they put out posted on my feed, whereas I might have only got one or two posts from a person on my feed a week. I'm now getting 4 or 5 a day, and what they're doing also is they're grouping these posts so it looks as if your friend is right there posting frantically for you, when in fact, if you look at the date and time, it could have been as long ago as yesterday. So you're not getting stop press news, you're getting a saturation of the friends that you have to try and fill you with that feel-good chemical, dopamine. I guess I'll just have to run a little more and stay a little less time on Facebook. So I just had a little think about what I just said, and I will leave it at that. I'm not going to go any deeper into the dark recesses of my addled mind. So I'm running downhill towards King's Pond, feeling that I have got something off my chest. I hope that I have not lost you as the listener. I try and call a spade when I recognize a spade as being a spade. Like at the pond. So, for regular listeners, you'll know that I'm at King's Pond High at the north end of the Cedarhill Golf Course. It has rained a couple of times in the last 2 days, so everything is damp and steamy here on the golf course. The chip is damp. No dust today. No tan lines from the trail dust. Even the granite would have been tamped down by last night's rain. It rained most of the morning and just half of the night. But luckily I brought my son's wash-in. He put it outside to dry, and I really didn't want to have to bring it in wet, so I brought it in for him before I went to bed.
Time 30 minutes. Distance 4.03 kilometers. Average heart rate 134. Workout average pace 7 minutes 26 seconds per kilometer.
Alright, so now it's going to be a nice steady run and a few traditional hike sections that will come up, as you know, quite shortly. Let's see if I see anybody I know today. Hi. So I guess you guys are all getting excited, those living in the 50 states that are still united under the same flag. We had our Flag Day on Monday. This is the hike. There is a person up ahead who is probably going to be hiking all this trail. I'm not sure if she's going to start running when she gets to the top, but I'll keep you posted. She's wearing, what is it now, Kingfisher blue top and navy blue capris, I guess they are. They're more like below the knee length yoga pants. No, she's still walking, so I will catch her shortly. I'm going to be starting my run just about now. I am listening out for Zone 4, so don't be surprised if I suddenly start walking. It'll probably be partway up a steep climb. And there is one coming up. I do have my good camera with me, so I can take some half-decent pictures today, should I wish to stop. I think last week I did the Catalpa run up here, looking for the blooms on the trees. Well, I've crested with my traditional hike. I didn't get into zone 3 or 4. I probably am still in 3. TBA, zones to be announced shortly. Until then, I will keep quiet. Hi. Hello. Thank you.
But then I feel
Zone 4.
I have it downhill now, so I will probably start jogging again now. Jogger behind you. Hi. Thank you.
Zone 3.
Thank you. Jogger behind you. Thank you. Lots of active women today. I passed Miss Blue, and then I passed a bunch of other hikers, probably 10 years older than Miss Blue. It's nice running when there's no really strong heat. I mean, I'm sweating because I'm
Time 35 minutes.
lively.
4.71 kilometers. Average heart rate 138. Workout average pace 7 minutes 24 seconds per kilometer.
Hello. This section is kind of undulating, but it shouldn't bring me to a halt. I could probably run all the way to past the rec centre. Unless, of course, I hear a zone 4. Then I will respect it. And down. Down I go. Swoopy downhill. Not much of a view today because the Olympic Peninsula is socked in with low cloud. The cloud is hanging low on the mountains. But they do protect us from a heck of a lot of Pacific squalls. Not this time of the year, but in the winter, when we don't have a high pressure zone sitting on top of us, a lot of those stronger winds coming in off the Pacific dump a lot of rain on us. Fortunately, they dump their snow on the Olympics. We're in a bit of a rain shadow. Hello. Jogger coming by. Hi.
Thank you.
And down the $1 million view. Down the hill. Look. I will take a picture now that I'm halfway down. I was just thinking I've never taken a picture at this level. I always take it from the top. But this time I'm going to take it from halfway down. So 3, my audio audience will know that I took 3 pictures in exactly the same spot. I just took them at 90 degrees. I took the long shot. Then I turned to the left by, what was it, 90 degrees. And I did a selfie as well, which counts as another 90, because I'm in fact facing the opposite way with my camera. And now I have to go under somebody who is spraying a building. Nope, I can go around him, good. I'm very superstitious about going under things. And up I go again, listening out for Zone 4. Another thing that occurred to me,
Zone 4.
there you go, I played some of those mindless games, you know, when you had to find objects in pictures and win points, that kind of thing.
Zone 3.
Well, I've been playing that game. I think it's called Crime something. You'd think I'd know what it was called.
Time 40 minutes. Distance 5.38 kilometers. Average heart rate 137. Workout average pace 7 minutes 25 seconds per kilometer.
Hello.
Time for hydration.
Anyway, that game I've been playing in all the languages that I am assimilating while playing mindless games. I've done it in Spanish. I've done it in English. I've done it in Portuguese. I've done it in German. I'm now doing it in French. And believe it or not, I think French is proving to be harder than I thought. There are lots of words that I thought I knew in French that I don't. I have no clue. Like the French word for a high-heeled shoe. I didn't know what that was. I can't remember it now. I think it's something like Chopin or Chopin. Anyway, never heard of it. The other thing that's amusing is words that in one language are pronounced one way, and in another language they might even be transcribed in a different way. Golf up ahead, noisy road. Let me give you an example. The word walkie-talkie in English is written walkie-talkie, as we know. In French, for some unknown reason, they call it talkie-walkie. So they've switched it around. Isn't that curious? So if you're in France and you want to get batteries for your walkie-talkie, you have to say, s'il vous plaît, monsieur, je veux trouver les piles pour ma talkie-walkie. Hello. Jogger behind you. Thank you. There's the cashier from Save-On Foods, Chris. I'll probably see her later today when I go shopping Hello.
Hi.
I heard a zone 4. I'll walk the rest of this hill. It's not going to go any lower.
Zone 4.
You see. Hello. Hello, dogs.
Enjoy your walk. You too.
Zone 3.
So of the walkers, I am the youngest here, other than the dog, the little dog. This is a traditional hike for me, always will be. Could easily hit zone 4 on this hill, just hiking. My heart is working just as hard.
Zone 4.
You see? Just as hard as if I was jogging. So I was posting something the other day on one of
5 minutes. Distance 6.04 kilometers. Average heart rate 139. Workout average pace 7 minutes 26 seconds per kilometer. Zone 3.
one of the other pages that I manage about podcasting really becoming extremely mainstream now. I remember 10 years ago when people would say, podcast, what's a podcast? But now it's going to be more like radio. What's a radio? Podcasting will take over from radio in the whole wide world of ours. You might say, well, what about those remote places that rely on shortwave transmissions? Wrong. They all have internet now. India has something like 3 billion smartphones in use. I mean, it's probably more saturated in the Indian subcontinent than in the North American subcontinent. Cell phones are ubiquitous. So 96% of teenagers own a cell phone. Crazy, crazy. In the old days it was like radio, and then radio died, and then it was TV. And TV is destined to die too, other than speciality sports, I think, and news, but most of us get our news, real or fake, from our computers or our smart devices. Getting back to the language business, I'm a bit of a polyglot, you might say. I am dabbling in 5 different languages. 2 of them I have mastered. 3 of them, not so much. Hello. But one way for me to limit my internet usage, should I feel I need to curtail my hours on the computer, would be to only post in Spanish. I could do that. Not only would I be playing my mindless games in foreign languages, but I will also be communicating with my friends in a different language. I know this is a maybe, But what I'm saying is it'll have to be a text that I generate myself, not type it in English and then Google translate it. No, that's not what I'm saying. It's to improve my skills as a polyglot. Excuse me, I got phlegm on my glot. Interesting podcast. I'll share a link to it when I get home. It's all about how they've tested people who have many languages. And there's one guy who claims he can speak 15 different languages and he can understand another 20. But they tested these with fMRI, which is functional mental imagery or whatever. They're seeing what parts of the brain light up. And surprisingly, a polyglot, somebody who speaks more than 3 languages, has probably got less.
Kilometers. Average heart rate 139. Workout average pace 7 minutes 29 seconds per kilometer.
The polyglot probably has less of the brain firing up when he's in language mode, because he has become good at languages by being able to compress the data into smaller, understandable packages. They also said that multilingual people were also more likely to be ambidextrous or not have a preference with their dexterity. They might be able to kick a ball just as well with either foot. Useful asset if you're a woman soccer player. Right now, being able to kick a ball with either foot. Zone 4, but this is a down, so I think that dog startled me. Dog on its own, looking for its owner. Hello. Morning. Hi. You have quite a climber there.
Yes.
Well done.
Good job.
Well done. She's not scared back now. She was above head height. She climbed her way up on a branch. Alright, so now I've got some downhill coming up. Hello. I'll walk around. Right, so pretty shortly I will be leaving the golf course, heading down towards Brayfoot Elementary, off Brayfoot Road, and then I'll be popping over the highway, which is in fact just 4 lane of Mackenzie Avenue, 2 each way. It's not really a highway, but it is a very major and quite noisy intersection. I won't put any music on this one today. I've had one too many strikes. Hello, with the internet police force. I'm going to one day be locked up for some kind of internet infringement that I do. hopefully I've covered a few of the topics that are kind of bugging me at the moment. I hope that your lives are slightly less complicated than mine. But really and truly, I think I read too much into things, insignificant things. I read too much into them. Hello, jogger behind you, coming by on your right. Either way, doesn't matter. Thank you. She didn't hear me quite right. She moved to the right. There was plenty of room, I just didn't want to scare her. Last time I tried that, I got punched. I still have a residual lump on my cheekbone. A little bit of knotted flesh, probably. A blood clot, maybe. Who knows? I know a bruise is a subdermal hematoma, but my face is pretty motley anyway.
Time 55 minutes. Distance 7.36 kilometers. Average heart rate 140. Workout average pace 7 minutes 28 seconds per kilometer.
What with my dark shaded eyes and my tanned complexion, it would be quite hard to spot a bruise on my cheek. As I approach the Cedar Hill crossroad, where I will get back to running in the noisy part of my neighborhood, I will say bye-bye to you and hope that I have some wonderful, exciting, happy news about anything. I know my great niece is about to have a baby. My sister-in-law is going to be a great-grandmother very soon. So, wishing Bronwyn luck on her delivery. She is in labor as we speak. Bronwyn lives in rural Ontario. I have family everywhere, literally. Bye-bye.